Good morning, traders. So we're looking at the Dax this morning, and yeah, yet another day of indecision. So we have ended up with a pin bar off the alligator on the daily, uh, but nothing really else to read into this. And as far as I'm concerned, this range bar here from what's this, Thursday last week is the top and bottom of my range. Okay, so if I look to the left, you can see there's a lot happening inside this zone, and we are slap bang in the middle of it again. So there's no real direction for me on the daily, except for the fact that the trend is currently to the upside. Okay, we do have this gap here to the upside. Okay, which would be acting as a magnet, but we've also got gaps to the downside, so they would also be acting as magnets. At this stage, looking at the daily, we're still range bound, so you need to get down to a much lower time frame before you can see what's going on and actually trade this. So the confusion continues. As you can see, big swings either side of the alligator. Alligator is flat. We do have a slight upturn in the alligator at the moment, but that doesn't mean much because we had one over here as well, and then that didn't really work out. So we've got a little bit of an upturn, but look at the oscillator now. The oscillator is back up in the sell zone. We are below the zero line here, which basically means trend is down ever so slightly, but it is so flat that there is no momentum. So you can't really read much into that. So looking at the 4 hour, I do have a range break of this range bar here with a nice solid one, nice solid green bar, and I had a bit of continuation into that. Okay, I don't have diagonal trend lines to worry about at the moment. The only one that I do have is this one at the bottom by the looks of things. Yeah, okay, so that's the only trend line I've got, which is that one there. There's nothing on the top. It's just all over the place, okay? If I do draw a line along the top and do it like that, we've got a bit of a consolidation, or alternatively, just draw it along where price close at the moment. I do have sort of a flat bottom triangle, but that kind of flat top triangle, sorry, but those kind of patterns normally happen for a topping pattern rather than a bottom pattern. So this is more of a bottom pattern after this move down. So let's just delete that. Okay, so let's just get down to the hour. Maybe there's something that we can see there. And you can see, I mean, the last 3 days, it's just been all over the place. One positive thing is that we have got a bit of a pin bar, and that is a wise man number one off the 200 moving average. So it's off a level. There's divergence from the alligator, and we moved. But we are now sitting with continuation diversions because there is a high, lower high, lower high, lower high. Okay, and if you look at this here, we've got a high and higher high. That's continuation divergence for the move to the downside. So I do expect this to sort of consolidate a little bit down and then maybe break to the upside. So there's nothing concrete that I can see at the moment that's going to give me any confidence right now. So the only thing that I can see is that we do have an alligator pointing quite strongly to the upside. We have broken the 30-minute 200 EMA, and ideally I'd like to see us pull back to this area and then rally, and that would give me a 70-point stop loss. Yeah, so you can hear the confusion, ladies and gentlemen, and I just want to see, I don't have any decent levels from the last couple of days, and these tails above 11,200 is just telling me that, you know, there are sellers stepping here and they're here for a reason. Okay, they started back here and they are here for a reason. What that reason is, I cannot pick up. We are ever so slightly below the 200 EMA. Um, let's just add another moving average here. So I just want to do a 200 simple moving average, and I'll change that color to a teal. Okay, so that's quite far up. That's pretty much up here at this next level at the top here. And that's it's the weekly 200. Let's just have a look at the daily. Okay, the daily is way up there, 4 hour. And the 4 hour is all the way down here. Okay, so that's not playing any role in what's going on at the moment, and not even on the hour. Okay, so, technically I would say wait for a pullback and trade this to the upside. Let's just delete all of that. So I would say this is top of range, and this is bottom of range. That's kind of the way I would play this. So if we do get a break to the upside, I'll wait for the pullback and then look for my long. Until that happens, I think I'm sitting on my hands with this one. There's nothing really here that stands out. Yesterday I was expecting sort of a decent break to the upside. Didn't get that. Got a lot more confusion. And then the afternoon session was what rallied. So maybe that's the way to play this today, just to wait for the afternoon session to see what happens and then get in on it. But for me, I'd rather do that on the US markets. There's a lot more money on the table to gather up on the US markets in the afternoon session than there is on the Dax. So I think for me today, it's still sit on hands. It does look like there may be a potential trend change, but in my eyes, this is just top of range right now, and it's not an area that I want to go long in. And I see the 30-minute 200 EMA, the 200 simple moving averages up here. Okay, so I'm expecting a pullback. If we do get a pullback and we do get some kind of positive price action somewhere around this previous breakout on the 200 EMA, around 11,171, which will be above the alligator. If we do get any sort of positive price action like a pin bar like this, or an engulfing pattern like this, or an inside bar or something like that, that would be an opportunity to be long, but I'm not going long up here. So if we do continue with this move to the upside, good for it. It can rally. I'll wait for the next pullback before I get into that. Okay, so that's kind of my view. Sit on hands, wait for a pullback, and then look for a long. If we do break back below this 11,171, then I think I'll wait for the bottom of the range again. Okay. One thing you can also do is just get your Fibonacci in on this move and wait at the 50 to 61.8% retracement here. Okay. So sorry guys, still confusion. There's still a lot of confusion happening here, and it's not something that I'm quite interested in right now, especially looking at this 4 hour. This is really going nowhere at the moment. Okay. So anyway, guys, that's it for me. I hope that helps, and I will catch up with you later. Stay safe, keep our stops tight, and cheers for now.